What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the OG family. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to my channel only if you want to. Let's get this video right here to 5,000 likes. People, y'all been killing that like button, and I appreciate y'all. This is the top 10 influencers that let fame go to their heads. You know what I'm saying? I hate, you know what? I honestly do hate the word like influencer. I don't feel like people might look at me as an influencer, but I don't really see it as a like I'm not. I don't know, man. Let's just get into the video.
500 subs. We gotta get to 500 subs. It's the only way I'm committing to a stream schedule. We're at 187.
So we've been covering a lot of YouTubers and celebrities that let fame get to their heads. But today I'm going to give you probably the best of the bunch. And this is influencers that let fame get to their heads. Hey, what's up, IOers? It's Mackenzie here. And today on the channel, I'm going to be listing the top 10 influencers that let fame get to their heads. And some of these are just so good. Like, you really cannot make these up. But before I get into it, make sure that you are subscribed down below if you want to see more videos spilling tea on influencers just like this. So starting off at number 10, we have Jessie Taylor. So this one is really crazy. Basically, Jessie Taylor had a pretty popular Instagram page with over 100,000 followers on it. But after she got into some drama online with other influencers, their fans started to attack her page and reported it as spam. And because of all this, Instagram decided to take down her account. But the crazy part about all this is after all this happened and she was notified that Instagram had removed her account, she decided to do something completely reasonable and allegedly she called the police. And yes, this is a real thing that allegedly happened.
Hell nah.
She said that she did this because, quote, her Instagram account being deleted felt like a murder, she told this insider. And after she got in contact with the police and explained her situation, they of course did nothing because there was nothing they could do, like no crime was committed against her. In her own words, she said, quote, I called the police actually and told them about this. And they said, you can't compare a murder to this. And I was like, no, that's exactly what it felt like. So yeah, that's definitely someone who went a little crazy with influencer fame.
Wow.
And number 9, Amanda Cerny. So this one's actually...
Look, I would be mad too, though. Like, I might call the cops too, man, and goddamn, you get my shit deleted and I get to 100,000 on Instagram. It's hard to get people to follow you on Instagram.
Pretty recent, so I'm giving you guys some fresh tea.
Especially when you look like me.
Here is that Amanda Cerny, who's an incredibly famous influencer who got her start on Vine, recently started streaming on Twitch. And during one of her streams, she kind of paused in the middle and said, quote, we gotta get to 500 subs, while looking directly at the camera. Continuing, quote, it's the only way I'm committing to the stream schedule. We're at 187. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So after this, a lot of people were really upset, and she got a lot of backlash for being so entitled for followers. She responded to some of the backlash on Twitter, where she argued that she never said she wouldn't stream, just that it couldn't be her main focus without having enough of a following on there. But people still did not like the way that it looked, with a lot of people commenting that she should be happy with the 187 fans that she does have, instead of begging for more. With some smaller creators saying that they would be incredibly grateful for any number of followers, never mind 187. And some other accused her of not really being interested in the streams, but only being interested in money, as she knows the gaming is a huge moneymaker right now. And at number 8...
But look, man, like, on that topic, though, right there, I feel like she has the right to... the way that she said it was completely wrong. I'm going to put that out there. But... you do want more and more and more because it's going to make you more successful in your reach to people. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be more fulfilling in the inside too as well. But I think she's doing it for the wrong reason though. I'm not doing this to be the most popular person in the world. I just want people to be lit with me, like my channel. I love y'all. Let's get it.
Garden Stomper. So I called this one Garden Stomper because I wasn't actually able to get the identity of who. But it was still pretty juicy, so I wanted to include it. So in this one, an influencer and a photographer decided to take some photos at a botanical garden called Garfield Park Conservatory, which by itself, you know, isn't anything crazy. Until you learn that she decided to enter the restricted area of the gardens in order to take the pictures. And as you can see by the photo, she's literally behind the metal things that essentially, you know, tells you it's restricted and not to go behind there. And she's stepping right on the plants in order to take these pictures. So of course, after seeing this, tons of people complained and started to call her out and try to get the staff involved. And the staff told her to leave the area many times. But after she didn't listen and still decided to take pictures, their security finally escorted her out and banned her and the photographer from coming back. And this is just so crazy, like thinking that it's okay to literally destroy plants that are in this garden specifically to be preserved. Just just so insane to me. Now, I don't know if this girl actually has any followers because, you know, I don't know who it is, but I'm assuming that she feels entitled enough to do this because she probably has followers, unfortunately.
Probably.
And at number 7, Serene Martin. So this is another one that is just insane and proves just how removed from reality that some influencers can be. So Serene, who's based in Singapore, decided to contact a gym for a personal training regimen so that she could prepare for a fitness competition. But not only did she want this personal trainer for free for 12 long weeks in exchange for her promotion, but she also wanted the gym to pay her $3,000 in this arrangement as well. But the owner of the gym, Daphne Maya Liu, did not take this offer very well and decided to blast the influencer on her Facebook page, where she reiterated that her exposure would not pay the company's bills, and that she was deeply insulted that she would ask the gym for money for a program that she wanted to span 12 whole weeks. And the people in the comments on the Facebook post did not hold back. They congratulated Liu for taking a stand and even told her to include the influencer's name, which she did not in her post, but tons of people in the comments wrote it. And at number 6, Kayla Massa. So this is actually a story that
That's crazy, bro. Like, look, man, just because you have some type of, influence, you know what I'm saying, don't mean that you can come to these establishments, like, even, I'm putting it like this, even my friends, they have businesses and stuff like that. I would never come to their business and be like, oh, let me get a discount on nothing. No, because everybody is entitled to get their proper, I understand business is business, and that's why you handle business a certain type of way. You don't come in and ask for free stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's all about negotiation, but I think that was a lot overboard. You don't deserve $3,000 a month. Like, that's crazy. Just to go to somebody's gym? Get out of here.
Covered on the channel a little while back, but I actually thought it would be a really good story
Never
to
asked for this
hear if you missed it. So Massa had an Instagram account with over 300,000 followers and a YouTube channel with over 100,000 subscribers. And she decided to totally abuse her following by allegedly scamming her followers out of millions of dollars. The sitch here is that she advertised to her followers that they could make money quickly if they gave her access to their bank accounts and PIN information. And to summarize, the scam was that Massa would deposit fake checks and money orders into the account. And once they went through, she would quickly spend all the money on legitimate checks that she would deposit into her own real bank account. But the scam comes in when the bank realizes that these checks are fraudulent, and then they take the money out of the account of, the people that gave her their accounts. Then the account owner is left with a negative balance that they then have to pay up to the bank. And it's usually, as you can imagine, thousands of dollars. Highway through number 5.
That's crazy. So, bro, she got to catch the fade. Like, that's crazy. But these people are like, come on, man. Don't never give nobody access to your bank account. Like, y'all, like, are you stupid? I'm gonna let you know that. Like, that's crazy.
It's actually a little different, but I wanted to include it anyways because I think it's an interesting perspective. So this is actually an article on a woman who used to be an influencer, and she described how being an Instagram model in her 20s made her a terrible person. The article is actually called, quote, "I was Insta famous and it was one of the worst things to happen in my 20s." So she's very upfront about her journey in the article, and she states that she was offered a job at a daily TV show, and because she was on TV every day, her Instagram following quickly grew. And she says as a result of this fame, she became awful, and she was very entitled, self-obsessed, and incredibly dull. In the piece, she said, quote, "Social media feeds those darkest parts of every personality, encouraging you to rant on Twitter, brag on Facebook, and be vain on Insta. Vanity sells on the gram. The hotter the pic, the better it does. So the more time you spend in the mirror creating them." And she now says that she's aware of how toxic it is. She now calls herself an ex-influencer and finished off the piece by saying, quote, "I realized in order to stay Insta famous, I'd have to nurture the most pathetic parts of my own psyche. And honestly, no amount of free ombre activewear is worth that." And it was really, really refreshing for me to see someone that was incredibly self-aware that her fame was completely going to her head and completely changing her as a person. So she decided to change her path, and she believes she's a better person for it now. And at number 4.
Look, I mean, I get her on that too as well, but a lot of these, I say on Instagram in particular, women are killing Instagram, like in a good way for them, in their pockets and stuff like that. They're getting that bag off of Instagram, and you'll see a lot of them posting pictures that normal people really wouldn't post. You feel me? Like, you see a lot of them twerking and stuff. Always in a thong or something very revealing, something, a white t-shirt that's wet with their nipples showing, stuff like that, just to get eyes on, because people are going to look, including myself. If I see you with a wet t-shirt and I see your nipples to work, I'm gonna watch it too. Like, I'm not better than anybody on this motherfucker. Like, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna look. But that's what they do sometimes to, you know, get that bag though.
Titled Intern. So this is one I found on Reddit where the influencer's name was not disclosed. But in this one, an intern at a company is telling their story of when an influencer came to intern at their workplace, but was a total brat who didn't do anything. They also said she was the daughter of one of their biggest clients, so that just made things even worse. The person said that not only did the influencer not actually do anything, she would show up late and leave early, and she would call in sick and then post photos of her out on her Instagram. I guess completely forgetting that her coworkers could totally look at it and then see that she was completely lying.
Wow.
And what made the poster even more angry is the realization that she would have totally been fired for this sort of behavior, but the influencer got a pass because she was the client stalker. And at number 3, add another beautiful day. Okay, so this couple is wild. Basically, Caitlin Onk and Elena Engelhart run an Instagram account called Another Beautiful Day. And since a lot of their blog is based around travel, they decided they wanted to do a long cycling trip around Africa. And the whole thing would cost about 10,000 pounds. But instead of making the money themselves, they decided to ask their loyal followers to give them the money they needed to fund the trip instead. They made a GoFundMe page that's surprisingly still up to this day, even with all the backlash that they received. And on the GoFundMe page, they describe how they want to show their followers life how it really is. But they need their followers' help to go on this adventure, saying that all of the money would be used to fund the essentials needed on the trip. And at the time of this video, they had about 1,100 pounds donated, so I guess not everyone thought it was crazy. Some people actually give them their money. But a lot of people did think it was crazy, with them getting a swift backlash for being too entitled to work a normal job to earn the money themselves. With a lot of people pointing out one of their earlier captions, where they wrote, quote, "I've seen and done too much to just go back to a normal job." And honestly, if that doesn't say it all, I don't really know what does.
Hey man, respect for the people that's out there working quote unquote normal jobs. It's a job. I don't understand like the whole normal thing. It's a job, you feel me? Have your job, be happy with your job. You can always progress no matter where you at, you feel me? But I feel like when you want to fund yourself on this type of thing, you know what I'm saying, going on a trip is not conducive to like people shouldn't donate to that cause. If it was something for real, like, you know what I'm saying, some of your equipment broke, or you know what I'm saying, something catastrophic, like a death in the family and you needed something, like, okay, I understand that type of stuff to support your channel, but not you going on trips. Going on trips, that involves, like, you're going to have a lot of fun. They're just paying for your trip. That's like a sugar mama, sugar daddy. That's all y'all are at that point. But look, let's keep going.
The Dobre Brothers. Okay, so this is one you've probably heard of because I think we covered it as a news story on the channel a while back, but this just really broke my heart when I saw it, to be honest. So the Dobre Brothers, who are also former Team 10 members, along with 2 other people, were at a meet and greet where fans paid extra to meet them. And the video went viral on TikTok that showed a young girl going up to the brothers. And when she said hi and tried to interact with them, they did not even acknowledge her whatsoever and didn't even take the effort to even smile at her. They literally just stayed the exact same, put their hand on her, and looked at the camera that was taking the picture. And then they hardly said anything to her after she awkwardly walked off and looked pretty disappointed, in my opinion. After the video started to go viral on Twitter with people calling them out, Lucas Dobre tweeted an apology on behalf of the group, where in summary, he said they had been working for 48 hours and were completely exhausted. But a lot of people didn't really care and said that even when they're exhausted, they do their best to give customers a better experience at their workplaces. With others telling them that they should be more appreciative towards their fans, as they're the ones that give them the means to live their current lives. And at number 1...
Look, man, fake it till you make it. Like, even if you tired, I mean, I understand their situation. If you were up 48 hours, I get it. But you're going to have to fake it until you make it. You still have obligations. If you set these things up, it's kind of your fault if you're up for 48 hours. Take you a nap on your plane, on the bus ride, something like that, man. You got to be responsible for yourself. So when you show up to these things, you can have a little bit of energy to, you know what I'm saying, to speak to your fans and stuff like that. I understand, though. On their part, it can get overwhelming. It can get... You know what I'm saying? They can get bombarded with this stuff. Well, not bombarded. They can have these obligations that they have to go to, but they don't feel like it at the moment because the way that they're feeling. The amount of time they've been up, I get it. But damn, bro, like, I felt bad for that little girl, though. Like, that was very awkward. I would feel terrible if somebody did that to my daughter, you know?
We have at Positive Travel Tea. Okay, so this last one is really dangerous, not just for the people being photographed, but for their fans as well. So Castile and Cody Workman were a couple that run a travel blog on Instagram, but some of their most famous photographs have been called out as they show the couple in incredibly dangerous situations, like this one in particular that shows them kissing while the woman is literally hanging off the edge of an infinity pool. And many were quick to call them out for being so careless and putting their life in danger just for a photograph and to get some likes on Instagram. But after the backlash, the couple came out saying that there was not as dangerous as it looked, and there was another pool beneath her that would have caught her if she fell. And while some people forgave them after the explanation, others felt it was very reckless for them to influence other people into potentially doing this while not providing the full context of the situation. Okay guys, that's all from...
Look, man, at the end of the day, man, like, a lot of y'all people, you sensitive ass fuckers out here. Look, I'm just gonna put it like that. Everybody's situation is not for you. If you don't want to follow that person and you don't like what they're doing, just shut the fuck up. Keep going about your life. You really care too much when you take your time to comment on their stuff that they're doing. I've never been to nobody's page that I disagree with them on, and I challenged them on how they felt about certain things. I'm not gonna slander them, whatever. They just have a different opinion. You understand? Like that's what's wrong with like today. People are too damn sensitive. You can't even crack a joke. You can't even crack a joke on nobody because everybody feels offended. Jokes are jokes. I don't know where this whole thing is going, but man, y'all gotta get out y'all feelings, bro. Live your life. Live your life, man. Have fun, laugh, crack jokes on people, travel, do your thing. Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. If they want to hang off the side of an infinity pool, then so be it. Real talk. Don't mean you have to do it. You're a weak-minded person if you're trying to copy somebody, right? So stop copying. But look, like I always say, man, spread love because there's too much hate in this world. I love you guys. I love my people that goddamn sit here and listen to this. You feel me? Because we talking some real stuff on here. The comments be popping too. I see you in the comments down below. Love y'all. See y'all in the next video. I'm out.
Hold up. I'ma give them time to fold up. She think I'ma flex on her when I roll up. From the toes up. When it comes to my drip, it's different. Get the